We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at the Infinity Watch, issue 1. Apparently this is a 5-part miniseries from Marvel Comics, although looking at it you would never know that. This was written by Derek Landy, pencils by Ruairi Coleman, inks by Scott Hanna, colors by Brian Reber Erick Arciniega, letters by VC's Cory, Petit, cover art by Salvador Larroca and Guru-eFX, assistant editor Caitlin Lindvent, and edited by Nick Lowe. We start off at a secret base on a Pacific island somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, and it just sort of appeared because somebody willed it into existence. So let's take a look at our roster, which they do a really bad job of introducing in this book. We have Star, who has the Reality Stone, Multitude, who has the Soul Stone, Colleen Wing has the Mind Stone, Overtime has the Time Stone, Quantum has the Space Stone, Apex has the Power Stone, and Phil Coulson has the Death Stone. Now, if you're wondering who some of these people are, I have no idea, because these are largely minor characters other than Colleen Wing and Coulson, which people know Coulson from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Colleen Wing from Iron Fist. Star was a character they were trying to make a thing a while ago, and apparently all of these people are called Stone Bearers because they have a stone inside of them. They make a joke about Phil Coulson having the Death Stone so he looks like a Grim Reaper. Ha. Star accuses Colleen Wing of trying to control her mind to keep her from playing God and warping reality into something she wants. There's a lot of talking, and it turns out there's something going on in New York, so they rush over there where some people are standing around having banter, like everybody does, apparently. And here we have Star Slayer and Seeker, who is apparently an insufferable bore. And then there's Inflict, who has this goofy anime hair, a very bad receding hairline, and teeth that look like they belong in a shark. Well, things aren't going real well right away, because these guys can't seem to be hurt, and it turns out they hunt down people that have Infinity Stones, and that's when one of the characters decides to mind control all the others and try and force them to work together. It doesn't go well, but one of the bad guys has to betray the others with a big anime sword to save them, and he tells us his name is Avery Zavala, and he needs the team to do something that they don't know how to do and probably can't do, and when that doesn't go his way, things get ugly real fast. And it looks like one of the heroes may already be dead, as we're left with a cliffhanger ending. Overall, this was shockingly boring. There is a lot of talking and a lot of standing around. Even when they're fighting, there's a large amount of uninteresting fight blather. None of the conversation or quips are very well done. They're just sort of there to fill space. A lot of this dialogue could have been cut out completely. The inter-team rivalry and banter would have been more interesting if I knew who any of these people were. I mean, Phil Coulson, I get who he is from the TV series of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I don't really know anything about the majority of these other people, and I didn't care about Star when she was new. I still don't. The art's largely okay, but there's a few scenes that are a little rough where people have anime mouth that just looks weird, like they have no lips, especially on Star, and they try and make it sound like I should know who these guys are. I have no idea. They all have different costumes, except Star, her costume looks about the same, but otherwise I have no idea. I don't recognize these costumes. They don't tell me what their power sets are. They just sort of expect you to already know what these people can do and who they are and what their personalities are. Well, they're not the Avengers, as is clearly made to a point in the book, and yes, they have the powers of the Infinity Stones supposedly, but that doesn't do them any good because they get their butts handed to them almost immediately. So I'm not going to pick up issue 2 unless it's at a very, very steep discount. This is at best a $1 box book, and I'm not going to treat it any different than that. The dialogue was just full of blather and really uninteresting quips. It could have been more interesting if I knew who the characters were, maybe, but they do an awful job of even introducing them. We don't even find out some of their names until 3 or 4 pages in. There's no text box telling me their name and what they can do or anything like that. There's absolutely zero introduction to any of these characters. So if you never saw Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or the Iron Fist TV show, know, you're not going to know who two of them are. And if you haven't been reading a lot of Marvel stuff lately, you're probably not going to know who the other 5 are. So I'm going to say this is a pass for me. The cover's kind of boring too. It's just a pin-up. There's not even any action going on. And if you don't know who these characters are, why would you look at that cover and say, I need to buy this? So that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.